Hello everyone! In this video I will be showing you how to use custom digital files like SVG needed to create all kinds of projects with the Cricut. It is intended for beginners and anyone just starting out with the Cricut machine. Let's start with looking at what kind of files the Cricut machine actually understands. For best results, you are going to need a vector file to use for the project. Your Cricut machine will execute lines with whatever tool you're using, and it needs to know exactly what kind of line you need it to make. That is what a vector file will do. It contains information on the geometry that your design contains. If you are new to working with digital design files and would like to know more, one of the most important things to understand is the difference between vector and raster files. In a nutshell, a raster file is made up of pixels. Imagine a regular photo, for instance. If you zoom in closer into that photo, you are going to see little squares of individual colors. Whereas a vector file has information on actual shapes that your file contains without the pixels. You could make it as big or as small as you need it, and it would contain its quality. That's why if you zoom closer into a vector file, the quality of the image will stay the same. And that is exactly the kind of information that your Cricut machine needs. You can prepare the file directly in the Cricut design space or import it as a separate file. There are several types of files that Design Space supports, and you can import these into your project from your computer. The DXF and SVG files are vector formats. Of these two, SVG is used most often. There are many SVG files you can find online that you could use in your Cricut adventures. Some of them are available for a small price, but you can also find a lot of free options. You can also create your own using programs like Canva or Adobe Illustrator, which I might be exploring in some future videos. For this week's project, I will be making a layered butterfly decoration. I have 3 different SVG files, a simple butterfly outline and then a second, more detailed shape, and finally the middle part of the butterfly on top. When I open Cricut Design Space, I first go to New Project and then go to the Upload button to the left of the screen. Then to Upload Image. Then you just browse on your computer to find the right files. And in my case, I have these files already uploaded from a previous project. So I just select them all and click Add to Canvas on the bottom right corner. Once I have them added, I have to decide what size I want them to be. Let's say I want the full width of the butterfly to be 10 centimeters. Since they are already the right size in relation to one another, I am going to select them all at once so I can change their size equally. Then I can just change the width of the entire selection at once by inputting the desired size above. They are all set to basic cut and don't have to be attached together since I don't need them to be cut in a specific position to one another. For this project, I want to cut one plain silhouette, 2 detailed ones in different colored paper, and then the final middle part of the butterfly with an accent color. To simplify the whole process, I will only be cutting once, so I'll be organizing the mat with different colored paper in the corners. If I keep the elements in different colors, the program will split my cutting process onto several mats, but if I make them all the same color, I will be able to cut them all on the same one. If you want the full tutorial for preparing the materials and the cutting walkthrough, you can watch my previous video on using a Cricut machine. I will put a link to that video in the description below. Once you have all the cutouts, simply glue them all together in the middle and bend the wings a bit so they are more separated and looking fuller. This project can be a fun replacement for a bow on top of a present, or perhaps a fun addition to a flower pot. You can suggest your own ideas for using this butterfly in the comments below. So, till next time, be creative!